Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have version 47.0 release notes, and I almost didn't cover them in a video because they are very similar to the summary of the stream that Kabam just did, but there are a few things extra that I want to talk about, as well as some details about the buffs. Now, discussing the buffs themselves might need a separate video, but for now let's just break down everything that's going to happen in the month of October. And also pay a bit of extra attention to an announcement that I frankly thought never could come, or never would come, but we'll see. So we have the new champions, Scream, Jack-O-Lantern, and also Deathless She-Hulk. Deathless She-Hulk, I don't know how we're going to be able to acquire her, but she will be in-game effectively. I didn't, as in like, I thought she would be in the December, but okay, fine. We knew she's coming at some point though. So Event Quest, House of Horrors, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's updated at all. Therefore, significant portion of the players won't even bother with it. Side Quest, Jack's Bountiful Hunt though. This will likely be more rewarding and more interesting, as they often are. But we have Arcade Games Alliance War Showcase, which is going to be on Wednesday. We'll be streaming it live immediately as soon as it launches. Group of exceptional Alliance War defenders, some of them carrying the House of Mirrors tactic, have gathered a new quest and await your challenge. Experience the thrill of throwing powerful defender placements from Master Tier Wars. The Arcade Game Showcase will arrive later this month. Are you ready for your path? I am. I'll take it on the best I can, and hopefully the rewards are decent for that as well. And then next we have bounty missions, where the bosses from previous event quests have snuck back in. We're going to have to unlock the bounties, select the bounty, and then go hunt them down. Take down more bounties, get more rewards, unlock elite bounty rewards, which will let you take on even more challenging champions. This event resets each week, so don't let those bounties go to waste. Deadpool's Ultimate Multiplayer Bonanza Alliance Super Season, or Dumbass. We knew this is coming. We'll have some good rewards for sure, including all the major currencies as an extra bit of rewards as well. So more glory, more loyalty, more everything. Now we have Glorious Guardian reworks. This is the exciting bit, because out of nowhere we got Medusa, Purgatory rework, and then we also know that next month, for 2 months, we're going to have 2 more reworks. So 4 more besides these 2, 6 in total. And informational page. I actually do have something up here for Medusa, I believe. And let's take a look at it from Cat Murdoch's artwork. So the Fury effects effectively have moved from her signature into her base kit, and then whenever Medusa inflicts armor shattered or gains a feather buff, gain a true accuracy buff for 35 seconds. That's kind of nice, to be honest. So with true accuracy, she will be able to shut down evades and auto blocks, which is quite a big deal, to be honest. But you need to be able to get armor shattered for that. Now moving on, they have reduced the potency of the Furies. So medium attacks have more chance to inflict the armor break, reducing armor rating, and the armor breaks are slightly longer, but the armor break, the Fury buffs are almost half as potent, a bit more than half as potent than they used to be. However, there will be 6 of them now, and 3 of them being permanent, and the other 3 will last for 14 seconds but start paused until Medusa reaches her max. So it's effectively like her Black Bolt synergies in her kit, except it's less damage than it would be with Black Bolt synergy, to make that clear. It'll be more damage than she currently has, because the Fury effects can still add up to slightly more than it was. She will always pretty much have 3 at the least active, and additionally the Armor Shatter is more potent. Previously Armor Shattered removed 2750 armor rating, now it's going to be 4100, and Armor Shatter also will last longer. Instead of 26 seconds, it will be 35 seconds. So it's going to be easier to get your level 3s to keep that going if that's needed, and again you will be hitting harder for sure in its totality. Now special attacks have a bit of update. Level 2 effectively will have both effects regardless of Armor Shatter is or is not active, therefore you will always be able to inflict the bleeds and the stun. And then Level 3 is the bigger change. If the opponent's already armor shattered, instead of refresh the duration or armor break and armor shattered of the opponent and gain both. Instead, if the opponent is already armor shattered, instead refresh the duration of armor break and armor shattered on the opponent and gain a further buff, increasing damaging ability debuff accuracy by 100% for 35 seconds. And also she will have easier time applying her bleeds, which I forgot to mention, on the light attacks when armor shatter is active. It used to be, I think, on critical lights and heavies, but now it's, oh no, there we go. It used to be 100% chance of critical lights and heavies, and now it's 50% chance regardless of crit or not on lights and heavies. So in theory she should be inflicting more bleeds quicker. Again, those bleeds still will be relatively tiny, but as we know, they can add up for sure. And then they changed the Black Bolt synergy, just effectively significantly increasing the Fury buff potency. And that is changed to Medusa, as well as the Prestige buff. Right. So, let's get back to the business. We also have Purgatory buff. There's even more change to that. So I think this definitely will have to be a separate video. Because Purgatory has a ton of abilities and hardly anybody knows what she's kind of doing in general. But the base idea is that Purgatory is going to be significantly better. Most of her soul abilities are more potent and more current. In addition to the fact that her neutralize will be up to 100% instead of 60% now. And she will gain her souls at the beginning of the fight. She will keep them for the entire quest, and it's easier to capture them as well. So, there's quite a lot of change to her, involving more damage on her incinerates, on her just about everything. So hopefully, she's actually a very, very viable champion. Now, I was going through all the buff changes and improvements, and none of them seemingly, you know, called out to be anything major or specific, but it's my issue how the game was processing removals. That's fine. That seemingly is a fix to Bishop, Dust, Jubilee, and Zemo, which is very, very good. That was another video that I was thinking of making, didn't end up making because there's just so much to kind of discuss in general. But most important thing, a resolution to a defender reparry. So seemingly, AI will no longer be able to reparry, which is kind of like a huge change how we play the game. So the AI was built before parry existed as a mastery or a mechanic, and was never actually thought to do it, let alone to reparry. So teaching it not to reparry wasn't easy. To even start making a change to the system, we had to build a new system from the ground up that allowed it to use the same logic and timing that players uses, and then intentionally nerf it that so it doesn't use the system better than humans can. That's a difficult line to draw because not all humans are the same, and you may remember that back in July the tuning that felt good to us internally very obviously did not work for a significant group of summoners requiring life hits. Now that is a load of shit, because it cannot be good internally if opponent randomly starts reparrying in the middle of the combo, and that is nobody's skill issue. There are literal champions and nodes that require us to hit the opponent's block, and if we get reparried, somebody done fuck up. So this first piece of paragraph, well, this first paragraph is a load of shit, but that doesn't change the underlying fact that reparry seemingly is going away, which is huge. When that happened, we had to explicitly over-nerf the AI's ability to parry in general, while we worked on a more specific solution to reparry. Now that again, I find it hard to believe, because I have been getting parried more often than I can recall recently, today in Balignos. Now that defenders do use the same basic rules as attacker, it was more feasible to add new code that specifically turns off the parry mastery and only for them, specifically after they block an attack. With this new precision, we were able to be much more aggressive in our fix and make It's so the defenders don't regain the ability to parry until well after they have become free to do something else like attack dodge as well. This still required significant testing and had to be built into the game client itself, which is why it wasn't an instant change. But we're confident that the new system will preserve the possibility of a defensive parry as part of the game's skill expression, while completely removing the possibility that you will be ever reparried by the AI. Let it be so. Let there be light. That'd be amazing. That means that double hit medium champions can hit in the defender's blocks. Finally. Jesus Christ. But hey. Let's go. I guess. There's another thing that kind of went under the radar, but I do want to point out from the stream. And I forgot to point it out before, but somebody is having a 7-star Wolverine somewhere. That was in the live stream video showcase for the side quest. So, will this coming as 7-star? Hey, that's kind of cool. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, hit all the good buttons. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about